Okay, so this tool is called ChatTube. Or like YouTube video ChatTube. So we're gonna go over a few features of them, and then we're gonna look at some examples. And then I want to save enough time for you guys to actually use it with the prompts we've prepared for you guys. So first, let's see, ChatTube. So ChatTube basically, there's two ways to use it. There's a web link. I'll share with everybody later. And then there's also a Chrome extension. You can use either way. So the ChatTube basically is AI powered. You can put the video in, then you can start just talking to the video, asking like the AI to pull out important stuff from the video. Let's just look at the very important part. Is it expensive or do we have to pay for it? So good news is it does have a free plan. It has some limitations, depends how much you use videos. So for the free one, we can see here like 5 videos per day and then 15 message per video. So you can ask like 15 questions. I'm sure that skill will be improving if you use that more because a lot of times you can ask multiple things in one question that will count as one message. So you can also email support if you need it, and you don't have to pay any money for that. However, if you found it's very useful, you really like to use it, you can also do essential plan for $5 a month, which is it's not that expensive. I don't think we ever would need like pro. I mean, for the essential plan, you can do like 30 videos per day. So let's move to the next one. So there's some features I want to go over with you before we go into the practical views. So you can do website or Chrome. I'll show you in a little bit. And then you can ask the question about the content. Usually when you put in the link, you'll give you a summary of the content right away. The provided prompts can be very useful. Let me actually share this with you guys. And then while we're talking about the features, might make more sense. There you go. So if you go into this web link, you don't have to add as a Chrome extension. You can just copy a YouTube link and then put in here and then start chat. So to save time, I prepared a couple of different videos ahead of time so we don't have to process while we're doing the training. Just 1 second, let me get the link and then we'll plug in, we'll see. Okay. So this is one of the video I used. If you put in the link, you click chat. If you don't have a Gmail, it will ask you when you get into this ChatTube, it will ask you to sign up for account, or you can just use your Google account. So I just connected to the training Google account. So that's why it's already in there. So I already did some work with this video. So after I plug it in, we can see here. This is at the very beginning. So this is basically the outline. You have the video here. It will automatically give you a brief summary, and then you can start talking to about the video. We'll get into that a little bit later. One thing I want to say is we'll look at 2 examples today. One, I choose authentic videos, which I'm sure you guys already know, like if you want to use authentic videos, will usually go to like news or just like native speaker clips or like movies and films and stuff like that. But in order for everybody to understand what we're doing, so for the authentic video, I choose English one. It's talking about like a firefighter battle with a fire in Spain. So it's a short one. So for English video, one good thing about this ChatTube is it does have a transcript right away because it's English auto-generated. So you can see here, it's right down here. You can do transcript. The first one is summarize. It already gave it to you. And then this one is subscribe. And then this one, you can copy the conversation and then save it to your local device. Or at the top, this is, you can email support. And then I think this is a link. If you copy this link, you can share to other people too. If it's an immersion target language video, which means there's no combined English and other language. It's just like one target language. Remember like this window at the bottom when we first did the English video, we clicked the transcript and it gave us like auto English generated one. But for this only Chinese Eden story, it actually did give me a pretty good transcript in Chinese too, without punctuation, of course. But I looked at it. Actually, it is like 98% correct, including the characters. So that's one very good thing. When you do your own practice, you can try see if they can translate the target language you are teaching. So let's get back to this. So for the immersion target language, it can be transcript. We already saw that. And then also the chat history is always there. So you can always go back and ask more questions. Let me show you guys 2 different examples of how I use this ChatTube, and then we will do some practice. I'm sure you guys have like way more experience. You may have like other even better ideas, but I just list a few common ones. Like before watching the video, you could thinking about warm-up activities. You can ask the video, the AI to generate like a key vocabulary. And then you can also ask the AI to provide any necessary background information in order to understand the video. And then during the video, this is just a few suggestions from my research. A lot of articles and research that mentioned like it's a good idea to turn off the sound for the first viewing. So like the students can discuss or like guess what's going on, making predictions, get their engagement. And then they should be able to view the video multiple times so they can like catch things they miss at first or like pay different aspect of the video. And also, of course, there's a lot of different activity worksheets you can create based on the video content. And then after watch the video, we could do discussions. You can do pop quiz. You can do verbal or written summarizations or retelling or, role play or storyboard, whatever is in your mind. So now the tool is going to help us to create all the supporting materials for the video related activities. So now keep those in mind. Let's go back and look at the first example. So let me show you the first one is I used the authentic video, which is the Spanish fire video. We can look at together really quick. First question I did ask, like what is some background knowledge should be known, right? I did mention language learners. So I think that will give it a little, you want to be very specific. You want to be like, oh, okay, this is for an English language learner. So, and then it actually gave me a pretty good answer. It mentioned like you should know some basic vocabulary and even give you examples. Some of the vocabulary will be helpful. And then, like give you some time, some like very specific facts listed in the video. And I continue to just ask for suggestions for warm-up activities can they do. So he gave me a bunch of them: vocabulary, predicting, discussion. And then, so I did ask to write a list of key vocabulary and definition and in video example. So like I wanna know the word, the meaning of the word, and how did the video use that word inside in the content. So it gave me I asked write a list. I didn't specific how many. So it gave me about 10, the example. Because all the examples are from the video, it would be nice if it can give us like, oh, at like 1 minute, this is where the newscaster said the sentence. He actually did give me pretty satisfied answers. So he gave me, okay, this sentence happened around this time. This sentence happened from 1 minute, 10 seconds to 1 minute, 25 seconds. This is very helpful, I think. And then, so also if you use the free plan, right? And then you don't want to like use the 15 message limitation like right away. So like, for example, I didn't know my first try. So like for this question, I can just combine them together. Say, write a list of 10 key vocabulary with in video example and the timestamps. And then that will give you everything. So, and that's that. And I also ask the AI to organize the content of the video according to the chronologic order of the events. This can be used as like a storyboard activity for students, or just have them verbally summarize the key event, like when they're happening in the right order. I just thought it could be a good reference material for instructors. And it also did a pretty good job because it gave you kind of like short, like summarize, like fire breaks out, and then give you a little bit more details of each phase. So it's like 1, 3, 5 phases. Oh no, way more, 8. So, and then I also ask what key facts and details should a novice level language learner focus on, right? So we can use the same video for different level. So for the novice level, it gave basic, like the vocabulary is like those, fires, rescue, building, more like noun or like verb, like more basic ones. Locations, action taken. So, and then now it's like, let's see if there will be any difference if I asking that same question, but for intermediate level learner. So I just ask, what about for intermediate level learner? So here is the answer. See, let's see. So for the novice level, it's like focus on basic vocabulary, timeline, people involved, locations, actions taken. So it's like a simple fact check, like focuses on this in this video. But for intermediate level, it wanted the learners to focus cause and the spread of the fire, rescue operations, injuries and the casualties, community response, So you can see like they push up the level a little bit, make like those focus topic a little bit more complex than the novice level. And then I didn't try the advanced level. I'm sure like if you just put in advanced level learner, it will give you different answers too. And then, okay, so I also ask list the key facts and details as a reference for language teachers. So he gave you some didn't give you a lot of details, but gave you some ideas how you can vocabulary, you can do vocabulary expansion, you can do discussion, emergency vocabulary, or do the events order and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say super useful, but it can give you some ideas. So this is what I tried to ask very specific exercises. So like before, it was kind of like a general understanding or information about like the facts and detail and key points. And then I was trying to asking very detailed ones. So I said write 5 fill in the blank exercises based on these key facts and details. So it gave me five of them. And then I thought, wait a minute, I want answers too. So I tried again. I'm like, okay, so with answer separately. Give me the blank, like filling blank question and have the answer separate, like under it. That's what I wanted. So it did the job. So that's good. Okay. So, and then ask like, what other activities can you give to me based on this video? Can you provide one example for each suggest activity? So it did. It actually give you pretty specific ones, you know, discussion question, and then give you 2 questions to discuss about. Writing prompts, also give you a couple role-playing scenarios, comprehension quizzes, creative projects. Those just like general ideas to that, you know, you could take it or leave it. And then I tried another very specific exercise is the multiple choices question. So I try to make this one as specific as possible. I said 5 multiple choice questions, and each question should provide 4 answers, choices with only 1 being correct. And then also include the correct answers and their corresponding timestamps. So I want to know like where you can find the correct answer in the video. Then you can show the students. So it did pretty good job, I think. It did give me 4 choices, indicate the correct answer, and also gave me the timestamp. So that means if you go to that timestamp, you'll find the answer for this question. So you did that for all the 5 ones. So, and then I asked one more for like discussion questions for novice learner, level learner. So this is the questions they gave, like just simply what happened? Can you describe it? When, like where, when, and like, you know, why? So those things you can also play around with just changing the level learner, see if they will give you more complex discussion prompts. So there's a lot of instructional videos on YouTube. You'll find like a lot of those like already done pretty well instructional videos, right? So that also can save us time if you can use this AI tool to just grab like key points or like examples or explanations of those like grammar, structure, phrases, idioms, like whatever you want to do in your class. The one I tried.
Live in Bangkok, Thailand. Of course, they have the ability through learning. For example, 我会开车. I know.
Okay, I just want to show you this a little bit because you can see in this video is English mixed with Chinese. So then when I try to check the transcript, it didn't really give me like it get the English part is okay, did like okay job, but like for like the Chinese part, I think it just got very confused. So that's why I had like conclusion for like if it's like all immersion video, it can do the transcript. But if it's like mixed language, it is a little bit harder. And also, hold on, there you go. Okay, so let's look at what I did with those kind of videos. So I basically just asked like them to summarize, just like explain, like based on the topic of the video, because you already know it's an explanation of the differences of like 3 words. So I asked them to explain the differences and also gave me video example and also the timestamps. So it gave me everything and then they're correct from like what they pulled out from the content. So that's really good. And also I asked in what way do those 3 words reflect Chinese cultural nuances. It also gave me a very good explanation. And then so like for this type of video, instructional video, you can ask very specific questions just to prepare for like as your reference when you explaining that to the students or creating exercises. And also here I ask what are the practical applications of the Chinese words, those 3. And then you gave me a bunch of explanations. You can also ask them to tell you in Chinese too. I didn't do that because I want everybody to be able to kind of like look at it. So after I asked this question, like what's the practical application? I noticed it gave me explanations, but it didn't really give me examples. So, and I did a follow-up question asking for example. And then it did a very good job. Not only gave me the example in Chinese characters, also gave me the example of how to pronounce those words. I'm interested to know if they will do like very specific things for your target language. So this is really good. And then it's just like I just asked a lot of bunch of other related the specific grammar structure questions, and then I got pretty good answers. You know, in what context would one use all 3 words? And then he gave me example, give me pronunciation, and give me a translation of the example, and plus explanation of how those 3 keywords were used in this example. So that's pretty good, I thought. And then, of course, we want to know what common misconceptions, or like if you're looking at an instructional video about a certain sentence structure, grammar point, phrases, you can always asking what common misconceptions or mistakes the learner would make when they're using those things, using those words. It actually gave you a pretty good explanation. We don't have to go into details about that. And I tried those very specific exercise again. Also did a really good job in the target language. So I also, tried the fill in blanks exercise. And then this time I'm like, okay, this is pretty easy. Let's see if I can make it more advanced. So I just said level up those exercises to more advanced learner. And then it did, because then it like made a more complex sentence patterns, add more sentence structures in there, also add a little more complicated verbs for role play situation to practice those 3 words, right? And then it gave me pretty clear prompts. It actually gave the interviewer a role give like student A a role, student B a role, one is interviewer, one is applicant. And then if it's like a restaurant reservation, and one is a staff, another one is a customer. So after that, and also I want to see if they can distinguish different level for me. So ask for intermediate level, more advanced learner, same role play. And then let's see, it jumped up to business negotiation. And then it actually brought into a lot of way more higher level vocabulary for this area. Legal consultation, that might be a little bit too hard. And then academic research presentation, stuff like that. So, I mean, those are all just ideas, right? For you to, you can take it, you can leave it. If you think it's good, use it, why not, right? So I also ask after watching video, what can we do? Of course, they just give you some suggestions. And then I want to see how's the continuation between the conversation when you're talking to the AI. So it's actually pretty good because after I ask this question, what are some creative tasks can learners do? And then it gave me 3. I just said, give me 3 more. It will just continue. It's just like a real person understanding what you're asking. You don't have to repeat your question like all the time. You can just have a conversation with it. So, okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I wanna send you guys out in breakout room.